Alright guys, I'm going to do another quick video. One important thing to do is take hive notes. I like to put my hive notes on my lid. I use the paint markers, like the ones you mark the queen with. I use the color of the year. I'll put the date on there, and I want to notate if it's queen right, if I take honey, if I add a box. It's a number of different things. I have an abbreviation system. The main thing I want to know is if it has a queen or not, and if it's a strong hive, or if it has an issue, I'll notate it on the lid. But note taking is important. That way you have a clear line to look back and to look forward. And I want to do a quick inspection with this one. I'm going to pull some honey off of this one. I'm pretty sure I can normally tell if I can look into the lid of the super and see white wax like that. And that looks like a box of honey to me. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull this honey, and then I'll show you what I'm looking for on an inspection. So it'll take me about 2 or 3 minutes to pull this honey off, because I'm going to shake each frame. But I'll show you guys what it's like to do an inspection really quick. So one thing that's very important before you ever go into a hive, you need to have some kind of goal about what you want to do when you get into the hive, what your plans are for the manipulations, what you're trying to do. As for me today, my goal is to harvest honey, it's to do an inspection, and it's to do an oxalic acid dribble treatment. We do those every 2 to 3 weeks whenever we're doing inspections. So what I want to see when I'm going into a hive, I want to make sure that it's queen right. That means that I don't have to see the queen. I just want to see evidence that she's been there. So we have, you can see cells there, but they're starting to backfill. So we have to give them some room. That way they have places to put eggs where we can minimize on our swarming as part of our swarm control and management plan. So right now we're just looking for eggs and larvae to confirm that we still have a queen in this hive, or to know the status of this hive. That way we can put it on our lid, and after we do that, we can patch it up, put all the frames back, and do an oxalic dribble treatment, and see where we are on that process. But it looks like we have more honey to harvest, so I'm going to have to do some work. When I get to a frame of larvae, I'll show you what we got, what we're looking for whenever we get to get into a hive. All right, so one of the things that we're looking for, we're looking at the health of the larva, and I can see backfilled cells in there. You can see those shiny white larval stage, and we're also looking for eggs to make sure she's been there within the past few days. So those larvae, they tell us that she's been there within the last 7 days. It'll take 7 days to cap a larval stage, but they're starting to backfill, so we have to give them some room where they're going to wind up swarming. So one thing that I like to do about these brood chambers here, about running the brood chamber like I do, I can take an empty comb and put down here. I can take this older comb that has cells and let them backfill. After those hatch out, they'll go up there and backfill the rest of those cells out. So we're still looking for eggs. That lets us know that we're queen right, and it would be really good to see some eggs, but I don't know if we will until we get down to the bottom box. So we're going to keep digging until we do and see what we can find. So on our inspections, you're normally going to see honey in your outer frame, and you're going to see your pollen frame next to your brood. So this is our pollen frame, and if the brood is not next to this frame, it's normally next to another pollen frame. So this could be a pollen frame we're going to pull. This could be a brood frame. Let's see. And it's a brood frame. So let's see if we can find what we're looking for. We're trying to check and make sure that it's queen right. We're looking for eggs mostly. We don't have to find that queen. We just want to see some eggs. I see some really young stage larvae there. It's really hard to hold this camera and look at what I need to see, but in this frame here, I've got larvae and eggs on the outer edge of this frame. So that lets me know that we're queen right.